it's day number 15, May 30th, 2013. What up, future self and the Nightingers? Woke up at 6:30, went down to breakfast, Asians invaded, left breakfast, finished packing, got on the bus, drove 4 hours to Vienna. Expected Vienna to be a bigger city, which it was, than Salzburg. One thing I don't really like about Austria is that all those cables are everywhere, so they always get in your pictures, and they just make the city look kind of ugly. But, so that's a Vienna impression, as we were supposed to talk about. We were freezing cold, and it was raining, but it was a little warmer than yesterday, so yay. And I decided to choose joy today, because the past 2 days have sucked, and I don't even say that word very often, but they did. So, in my mind, I was like, today's going to be a good day, so I made it a good day. And we went to Starbucks, and I tried my first schnitzel. Probably shouldn't have tried my first schnitzel at Starbucks, but it was pretty good. I wanted some ketchup on it, but Starbucks doesn't have ketchup. A little tidbit of info. Then we went to the Kunsthistorisches Museum. It was pretty good. I ranked it number 3, I think, so far on my list of museums, because I didn't totally want to shoot myself. I was just a little bit bored. I'm going to talk about 2 little pieces of art right now. First is Hunters in the Snow by Bruegel. It's like a bagel. Bruegel bites.
Bruegel bites.
I enjoyed this painting. Enjoyed is a rather loose term, but I looked at it for more than 4 seconds, and I remembered it from Humanities 102, I believe, and I like it because, 1, snow's a pretty fun thing. 2, there's so much detail. There's like, you can see little people skating far in the background, and the dimensions are awesome. Like, way to work with space, Bruegel bite. The trees are detailed. Even the ones closest to you obviously are detailed, but even the tiny ones that are like 1/3 of a centimeter tall in the back, you can still see their branches. So I like the detail. My other painting I like to talk about is The Great Forest by Ruysdael. It wasn't really a pretty painting, but I really liked the description. It talked about how this painting had some trees, and then it had a shadow of the tree that took up a big part of the painting, and then if you look closely, there's 3 little people that are very small in comparison with the trees, and this represents the majesticness of nature. How deep is that? Way to go, Ruysdael. It also talks about the transition of earthly things. My favorite part about the description of this painting was that it said that this guy who painted it was the most well-known Dutch landscape painter in the 3rd quarter of the 17th century. Way to go, beat out all those other Dutch landscape painters in the 3rd quarter of the 17th century. That's a certificate you need to hang up on your wall. Ruysdael, so noter. I hope you still remember that funny joke, because that's awkward. There's also this freaking awesome jewelry box in there, and it was the first thing in any of the museums that I've ever wanted. And I thought about how I could get it, but nothing legal came to mind. Then I tried to set off a bunch of alarms because I was bored, so I tried to put my hands next to paintings and trigger the sensor, but it didn't work. Yep, that's all I got from that museum. It was nice. It was organized. It's kind of like a maze. I saw that salt thing that everyone makes a big deal out about. Significantly smaller than I ever imagined. It was as big as this piece of paper, when I thought it was as big as a wall. But we walked around. It was nice. Kayla was obsessed with the Rubens paintings, so I was glad to see her happy. And then we went to the gift shop where there was big piece of paper you could color on. So I colored And I was like, way to have interaction in the museum. Like, way to go. So that definitely moved it up on my list of rankings. After that, I really wanted ice cream, even though it was cold. But we went outside, tried to find some dessert. We couldn't, so we got on the bus with Dan and waited for everybody to get on there. Then we drove to our hotel, 4-star hotel. Awesome. The lobby was like as big as all the rest of our lobbies put together. Holiday Inn, Vienna South or something. And 3-person room with Abby and Darcy, like usual. Rocks. So there's not a double bed, so me and Darcy are going to have to be more intentional in our cuddling tonight. Yep. Whee! And then we put our stuff in, relaxed for a few minutes, put our clothes out to dry because they still haven't dried from the 2 nights in Salzburg. And Dan took us down to Vienna, and we walked around. We did a walking tour, a Rixty's walking tour. We saw like a church and some fountains and some bathrooms and some places that sold pastries and the opera house. And then when we finished the tour, a bunch of people left because it was still rainy and cold, but we watched the opera for like 20 minutes maybe. We just stood outside the opera house and watched on the screen. Wasn't as bad as I thought it would.
Yay.
Be. Way to go. Operas. I thought it was just people singing, but it's like a play, so that was nice. Apparently it was an Italian opera spoken in Spanish.
Italian opera
Yeah.
with in Spain
Italian opera in Spain with German
subtitles
subtitles watched by Americans.
with an Asian in it.
Oh, and there was an Asian in the cast. Asians are everywhere here. I don't even know what is up with that. Like, I know Asia's pretty close to Europe, but there are hordes of them. They invade everywhere. And you want to know how they take their pictures? They take their pictures next to all these random objects and random people. Like, apparently they take them with the janitor, and they go like this. Everywhere. They're just Asians. Is that racist? I don't know. It's just a fact. It's a fact. Asians everywhere. Oh, a little comment on the garb that the girls wear in Austria, like the traditional Austrian clothing. You look like prostitutes. Your breasts are all pushed up out of your dress, and there's porn everywhere. I've never seen so much porn in my life. Austria, you need to work on that. You need to be more appropriate. So we went in this cafe. Everyone got like cake or tea or coffee, and I didn't really want anything, but the waiter brought me a glass of water. That was really nice of him. It was free. This is like one of the first shop people in Austria that's been like super nice. So I like him. Then we took the bus and what else did we take to get back here? Metro. Back to the hotel. Now we're in for the night. Going to sleep early because there's no Wi-Fi, which is probably good for us.
Yeah.
It's nice not seeing people attack the Wi-Fi, even though I was one of them. So, day number 15, success. Oh, Darcy was accepting the rain today. Fully accepting it. Challenging God to send harder rain, which he did.
Yes, he did.
Flicked off the skies.
Double.
Twice. Once the bus, once outside.
Yep.
The skies is not like that, so
So it was really good.
thanks, Darcy. Just remind you, Mandy, about Darcy's tea party on August 3rd in Indy. Can't wait to see you there. Woo! You don't know about it yet, but by the time you watch this, you'll know about it.
You may have already been there. Probably not.
I hope you don't take that long to read these things. My hair is getting longer. From this angle, it looks super long, even though now it looks shorter. Longer, shorter. Okay. Ooh, 10-minute video. Sorry.